Since last night was the Walking Dead season premiere, I thought I'd pull out a few zombie dreams to share. I'm sitting on a large boulder atop a small hill, gazing up at the night sky, which is covered with gray clouds and a thick fog that makes me feel like the sky is dead. It's impossible to see the darkness of space, so no one has seen the stars since before the zombie apocalypse began. Farther away on another hill, I see a campfire surrounded by other survivors of the apocalypse. I'm all alone, so I must be keeping watch. I see that my friend Cedric is standing near the campfire, his head tilted back, his eyes strained and focused on the sky. The other survivors are either watching him or staring up at the veil that hides the stars. I turn my own gaze back to the sky and gasp. The atmosphere is clearing right before my eyes. The clouds and fog are parting slowly to reveal the full moon, which is surrounded by an abundance of stars. People ooh and ah and call it a divine Cedrixian sky, because somehow it was Cedrix who made the moon and stars shine again. This awe-inspiring moment fills me to the brim with joy, so I can't control the laughter that escapes me. And of course, my big mouth attracts a zombie, but it was just one zombie and someone kills it. After everyone settles back around the fire, I continue keeping watch, but I have an eerie feeling that we aren't safe. So next I'm out scavenging for supplies by myself within a nearby town. I'm walking on a street that borders a body of water. As I weave through abandoned cars and trucks and piles of junk, a horde of zombies stumbles toward me. I climb on top of a blue truck and slide into the cab through the moonroof. Luckily, the keys are in the ignition, and I start the truck and drive it into the water because the truck is also a boat. To conserve fuel, I turn the truck off and float around for a while as I figure out a game plan. And as I think, I float by a couple swimming in the water. I feel frustrated and I just ignore them. They're just swimming randomly. Anyway, I feel frustrated because I don't know what to do. If I go back into the town, the zombies will get me, but I can't stay on the water forever. My subconscious makes up my mind for me and makes the truck disappear. So now I'm gliding across the water on my feet like I'm wakeboarding, but without the board in the boat. And there's nothing pulling me, yet I'm gliding forward across the waves. An orca whale bursts up out of the water in front of me. It is swimming all around me, then commences to twirl in circles in my path. I try to avoid running into the whale, but I can't stop, so I fall into the water and crawl up under the beach. But the whale follows me, and I'm fearful it's going to either squash me or eat me, but it does neither. The whale slides up onto the beach and into my lap, and he kind of like flips over and looks up at me, and he gives me puppy dog kisses with his tongue. It was kind of cute. Anyway, so I have a nightmare. Within the same dream, I have a nightmare that a zombie bites me, which makes me think about how horrible it would be to turn into a zombie. I contemplate the existence of a zombie. Do they have conscious thought? It starts to make me sad that their existence consists of stumbling around in the dark, all lethargic and dead-like as they eat whatever living thing gets in their path. Their meaning in life is to wander and feed. And that was the end of that dream. So, this next one, I'm trapped inside a rundown athletic complex full of zombies. I lock myself inside a room that looks like an apartment, and as I try to come up with an escape plan, an older lady comes through one of the doors. Apparently this is the old woman's apartment, and she declares she's moving back in. I try to explain that the place is overrun by zombies, but she doesn't want to listen. Ignoring her, I go through a door to an attached garage to look for weapons. I grab a few rakes and a trash can lid with holes for a shield. As soon as I have my weapons, zombies start stumbling through the apartment door, and suddenly my rakes are gone and I have a sword. I turn in circles really fast, and I no longer have a sword. I'm wielding a jagged-edged bow staff, and I know I just said I had a sword, but my subconscious apparently is having trouble settling on a zombie weapon. So I'm turning in circles really fast, like a kung fu ballerina, waving this bow staff, and I'm hitting the zombies in their hearts, which kills them, so they must be some type of vampire zombie hybrid. I don't know. So hundreds of them surround me, and I realize I can't fight them all, but luckily I somehow escape. I don't recall how I escaped, but I get away, and I'm the only one. Everyone else there died. And I'm walking on a road that goes through a narrow canyon, and to my right, part of the canyon wall is carved out within which a bar sits. There's a sketchy looking bartender who is part of a gang, and a few people sitting on stools drinking within this carved out cave. It's not entirely a cave, it just looks like something carved out into the rock and set up a bar. It's not like you don't go inside, it's an outside bar. So there's a sketchy looking bartender who's part of a gang and a few people sitting on stools drinking. One of them is my father. Not my father in reality, this is a dream dad, someone I've never met. And he tells me all my brothers and sisters are dead, and I can't help but get this feeling that it's his fault. So I start to blame him, as I recall how we all went to this athletic complex to steal something for him. I start walking down the road again, and at some point I fall to the ground and cry. I remember that I left my weapon at the bar and go back where my dad apologizes to me. A woman is walking up the road with her zombie daughter, and she asks for help, and my father kills the daughter without even blinking. I feel horrible, but I try to explain to the woman that the girl was a zombie. Now there's a group of us in the cave bar, and we get on our hands and knees and crawl into a tunnel to reach a vent. There are zombies crawling toward us from the direction we were heading, and I sense somebody coming up behind us with a gun. The person behind us reaches us. It's a woman, and she tells us to stop as she points a water gun at us. I try to disarm her by grabbing her wrist and pushing the gun up as I yell at my dad to make a move to disarm her, but he is too late and she shoots some liquid on him. Her eyes grow wide because she actually didn't mean to shoot anyone, and I get pissed and grab the gun and shoot her with the liquid too. And now what that liquid does, I have no idea, because that's when I woke up. So, that's it.